An extraordinarily gifted voice stunned the coaches on the last night of The Voice Battle of Champions blind auditions, leaving one coach especially envious. Although Coach Kelly Clarkson was fortunate to have several gifted vocalists on her team, and even win the triple turn competition, her achievements had drawbacks. With her team filled first, Clarkson wasn't able to turn her chair around when 23-year-old Sid Milivoy belted out Jessie J's Mama Knows Best. Both Coach Adam Levine and Coach John Legend immediately turned their chairs in response to the performance, leaving Clarkson with nothing to do but watch the native of Secaucus, New Jersey, demonstrate her remarkable range. Clarkson's mouth literally fell open. "Have you recently won The Voice? Is the voice over?" When Milivoy was done, Levine inquired. He went on to tell her, "Your voice pierced through this audience and shook us all to our core. Your type of performing is a lost art form." Legend gloated and concurred. "I'm in awe right now. Kelly's hurting right now." She was too. Clarkson shouted, "I don't understand what just happened. I'm furious. I need a glass of wine brought out immediately." Milivoy's choice of song is particularly fitting because she received her talent from her opera singer mother. Her 7-person Italian-American home is controlled chaos, she explained on The Voice, adding, "There's always noise happening. You become a little anxious when it's silent. It makes me really emotional. Dreams do come true," Milivoy said about her experience on The Voice. Milivoy revealed that she has always desired a professional singing career and makes her living as a vocalist in a wedding band. She seems prepared to go professional based on the coach's comments. "What you just did is what this show is all about," Levin told her. "I can appreciate someone who can do that because I can't. I'm in awe right now," Legend added. "And I literally have one spot left on my team. And I'm like, you were sent from heaven to fill that final spot, and you can win this competition." Milivoy disclosed that she is also a songwriter, citing Alicia Keys, Whitney Houston, and Mariah Carey as early influences. She also adores former coach Ariana Grande, whose trademark ponytail she tried to imitate. Although it appeared that Team Kelly would be the most apparent choice for a singer of that caliber, the boys had to compete. Legend raised his hands in prayer as Levin got up from his chair. Milivoy said, "I'm going to have to go with Team John," which caused Legend to shout, "Yes," and turn around. As the crowd took their seats, the studio's lights gradually went down. Each of the well-known red chairs facing the stage was occupied by a coach who has witnessed almost every aspect of a singing competition. The Voice's history was filled with years of amazing voices, poignant tales, startling eliminations, and unforgettable moments. Nevertheless, nobody in the room anticipated what was going to happen, even after all that time. The introductory notes for the subsequent blind audition were softly played by the band. The competitor had already entered the stage and was standing in a silent spotlight. The coaches could only hear what was going to happen because they couldn't see the vocalist. With his arms folded and a carefree smile on his face, Adam Levine reclined on his chair. Kelly Clarkson shifted slightly in her chair, prepared to pay attention. Blake Shelton turned to face John Legend and made a sly jest about how cutthroat the season had already gotten. The music then ceased. The whole studio went silent for a time. The first note then arrived. It was soft, kind, nearly brittle. However, the room was immediately filled with its depth. Adam raised his eyebrows. Kelly leaned slightly forward. As if it had been waiting years to be heard, the singer's voice flowed over the music. Every word had a sincere, controlled, and emotive quality. There was no hurrying or overdoing it. Just singing with honesty and purity. The audience instantly started responding. A few gasps came from various parts of the audience. Blake Shelton turned to face Kelly Clarkson gently. "Whoa," he muttered. With her eyes already wide, Kelly nodded. The singer's voice abruptly grew louder as she entered the next phrase of the song. Something that was once delicate gained strength without losing its vulnerability. The control was outstanding. It had a deep, poignant tone. Adam Levine straightened his posture. He said, "That's different." After finishing the first stanza, the vocalist approached the chorus. Behind them, the band grew larger, further intensifying the moment. Kelly Clarkson's mouth was shut. "Oh my God," she uttered softly. Like a wave, the chorus came. The studio was filled with powerful, soaring tones. The coaches were astounded by more than only the singer's flawless performance. Every phrase was driven by emotion. It was intimate. It was authentic. All of a sudden, the room was locked. John Legend was the first to reach for his button. He slammed it without thinking. He turned his crimson chair so that it faced the stage. When John first saw the singer, the crowd exploded in applause. His disbelieving eyes grew wide. He laughed in disbelief and gestured to the stage. "Are you serious?" he yelled. However, the show was far from finished. Kelly Clarkson appeared to be physically attempting to take in what she was hearing. Tears were already beginning to well up in her eyes. "Turn," Blake Shelton spoke to her in a whisper. "Kelly hasn't moved yet." The song returned to a more subdued emotional realm as the singer entered the second stanza. Almost like a confession, the vulnerability reappeared. Kelly Clarkson broke at that point. A tear trickled down her cheek. "Oh my God," she uttered quietly. She pressed her button without pausing for another second. Her chair whirled rapidly. The crowd let out an even louder yell. Kelly watched the singer perform further, her hand resting on her chest. She muttered, "This is crazy." Adam Levine stared between Kelly and John, still turning away from the stage. "What's going on now?" he inquired. Blake Shelton chuckled. "Man, you might want to turn around, Adam." Adam, however, did not hurry. He was curious to learn more. The singer then gave the performance that went viral on the internet. The bridge. Nearly all of the songs became softer. There was only a soft string ensemble and a piano. The vocalist inhaled deeply before delivering a note, so delicate that it seemed as though everyone in the room stopped breathing. Kelly Clarkson put her hands over her face. Now she was crying. Not merely sentimental. "I'm crying." Stunned, Adam leaned forward. "Hold on," he muttered. From that soft note, the vocalist launched into a strong run that rose higher and higher until it reached a perfect high note that reverberated throughout the studio. Blake Shelton leaped from his seat. "No way!" he yelled. At last, Adam pressed his button. He got up and looked in shock at the stage as the chair whirled around. With amazing control, the vocalist added brief vocal runs and poignant phrasing to the final chorus, giving the performance a wholly original flavor. The audience erupted when the final note faded. Everybody was standing. A standing ovation in full. Kelly Clarkson laughed at herself and dabbed away her tears. Adam Levine gave a slow shake of his head. He humorously asked into his microphone, Is the voice over?" The audience chuckled. However, the joke had some truth to it. Because such performances were rare. The singer appeared startled and thrilled by the response as she stood on stage. First to speak was John Legend. "All right," he clapped. "Let me begin by making a very important statement." He stopped and gestured to the stage. "We may have had one of the best blind auditions on this show ever." The audience let up a loud cheer. Kelly Clarkson gave an instant nod. "Definitely," she replied. "No doubt." Once more, Adam Levine leaned toward his microphone. He laughed and continued, "I'm actually serious when I asked if the show is over. Because it seems like we just heard the final performance." Once more, the audience chuckled. Blake Shelton gestured to Adam. Blake laughed. "That's exactly why you waited so long to turn around, isn't it? The competition wasn't what you wanted." Adam gave an eye roll. "Oh please. I needed to confirm that it was true, so I turned around." At last, Kelly Clarkson spoke once more, her emotions unabated. She said, "I'm not kidding when I say that performance broke me. It just hit me how you told that story in the song." Once more, she put a hand to her chest. "You made me realize how important music is." The crowd cheered. Kelly went on, "Your singing had a very genuine quality. You didn't seem to be attempting to win anyone over. You seemed to be exchanging something intimate." John Legend gave a nod. "That's precisely it," he continued. "The emotion, tone, and control were all amazing. The nicest thing, though, was that it never felt forced." Adam Levine leaned forward once more. He remarked, "You know what I love most about that performance?" Nervously, the singer turned to face him. Adam smiled. "You caused 4 professional musicians to lose all sense of strategy." The audience chuckled. Adam clarified, "Usually we're sitting here thinking about teams, competition, and stealing contestants from each other. But we were just fans for a while." Blake Shelton held out his hand. He joked, "Speak for yourself." I continued to consider winning. Everyone chuckled once again. Blake then gestured to the stage. "But really, that was incredible." Still feeling overwhelmed, the singer eventually spoke. They muttered.